everybody, it is Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoy this video, you guys should subscribe for weekly, we're trying weekly. We are trying to do weekly Kingdom Hearts content, and you guys should become patrons over on Patreon to support us directly. But today we are going to talk about the Kingdom Hearts trailer, the one that, I guess, the newest one as of today. I don't know what's gonna happen by the time this comes out, but it's whatever. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about sort of the implications of the Kingdom Hearts trailer. So first of all, like, we gotta talk about a couple things. So we gotta talk about Xion and we gotta talk about Roxas, because I am, like, totally of the opinion that Xion is here. And so I'm gonna drag some pictures so y'all can see, like, that is Xion. Like, that is, I am 10,000. 10,000 is a big number, guys. I am 10,000% sure that this is Xion. Like, if it's not Xion, you guys can come back to this video and, like, trash me, because I am so sure. Because, okay, so here's the thing. Let's talk about this first. So I'm gonna bring up Calxiyn and Xion right there, and I'm gonna put this Xion away, because it is Xion. So you guys can sort of see, right? The organization members, the girls, right, they have different clothes than the guys. And I'll show another picture of just everybody, because there's a scene where everybody's just standing there in the Keyblade graveyard and whatever later. But you can see, right, like, Xion has different boots, right? And then this person has the boots. And then, like, the sleeves are, like, round and, like, whatever. Basically, the girls, even though it's pretty subtle, have different Organization 13 coats than the men. So this has to be a girl, and it's not Calxiyn, because this girl is, like, hella short. And we already have another female. There's basically two female figures that are in the shot. And so one of them is Calxiyn, and I'm gonna show you guys a picture, like, of everybody together, and one of them is definitely Xion. Okay, so I'm gonna pull that up in a second. But how? You guys may be like, but Cal, how? I'm gonna disappear for a second so you guys can see. Oh, and I'm gonna move this Xion out of the way so you guys can see. But somebody put this in my Discord server. I don't know who made it. I'm sorry. But you basically have sort of an idea of who everybody is and where everybody is. So you see Calxiyn, right? Where Calxiyn is, you can tell that's a female, like, person because of the shoes and, like, of the way that the cloak sits. And so I think for Xion the same applies, right? You can tell the difference between, again, like, look at somebody like Luxord, then look at Calxiyn, then look at Marluxia, then look at Xion. Like, it's evident that Xion is at least a kid, right? You can tell that they're at least different. And then even if you look at Vanitas is also a little bit on the shorter side of things, and so is Riku Replica, right? Riku Replica is also very short, and so you get the idea that the last one, it has to be Xion, is basically what I'm saying. Like, there's no other options here. So basically, you can tell through this image, like, who's who, right? And so you can tell that Repliku is only a little taller than Xion, but not as tall as the men, so that's how you know that's Repliku. And then you can see Calxyn's coat is more feminine, you can see Xion's coat is more feminine, and Xion is obviously the shortest, and so this is the order of things as they are now, I guess. Right, so how? We know that Vexen has been Norded, and so if Riku Repliku gets to come back, I mean, I guess he was just sort of there. I don't know if this is a new Riku Repliku, or, like, the same Riku Replica. Like, we don't know. We don't know. I guess it's Riku Replica, or Replica? I don't know. I'm sorry. Anyway, the point is, how, right? And so, it obviously has something to do with Vexen. Vexen made Xion. He probably still has all the data for Xion. If they needed another vessel, well, there you go, honey. She's right there. You know what I mean? Like, it would be easy. It would be so easy. And remember, I'm pretty sure that's what they're trying to do in 358 over 2 days. They're trying to have, like, Xion and, like, Roxas, like, basically fight with each other and, like, suck up the other's power, because they're both draining power from each other and all that weird shit that's in 358 over 2. But I'm pretty sure that's, like, why they made Xion, right? Because they knew it would be easy to turn a puppet into a vessel, but it was about, like, who would overtake the other, who's stronger as well. Because you can't just have an empty, like weak vessel. You need an empty, strong vessel, too. So you know what I mean? So, trying to test out, okay, like, if Roxas works, we'll take Roxas, but Xion would be easier to Nortify. Yeah, so Xion would be easier to Nort. That's basically it, right? And so I'm pretty sure that's basically why they made her. Like, that's what they're trying to do. Like, we know. We've been known. we've been I don't know. My sister says that all the time, but I don't actually know what it means. Anyway, so that's, like, one, right? That's, like, the first thing, is that is definitely Xion. Like, I swear to God, if it's not, I don't understand what's happening anymore. Because it's so obviously a girl. Like, to me. Anyway, because the girls' codes are different, and so I don't know. But anyway, we have to talk about Roxas, too. So you guys maybe remember this, right? This building that they're all on top of is rising out of the ground. I'm guessing also that this is, like, some Daybreak Town nonsense, like, that the Keyblade Graveyards used to be Daybreak, like, the world. And so this is, like, the old, like, castle or clock tower or something. But you see that, right? And then you see from the other trailer, like, the old one, from a couple months ago, you see Roxas, and it looks like he is basically at the bottom of this thing, right? That's what I would say. This is the same area. Like, this is the same location. So, how? That's, like, always the question. It's like, how the fucketh, right? And so, obviously, it's in the same place. So, why is Roxas in the Keyblade Graveyard? I guess it depends. It depends, right? I don't know, is what I'm saying. So I have no idea. I can only throw out a couple theories. So theory number one is he doesn't seem to be a part of the Nort crew, right? Because they have enough already. They have enough Norts. So they could have figured out a way to bring Roxas back, I guess. Like, they could have figured out a way to extract him from Sora or whatever the fuck they were trying to do, right? So he could actually be there, like, fighting, like, for the Realm of Light right now. And that would be very interesting, because then he'd have to fight Xion, and that would be, like, so painful, because we know who Xion is, we know her relationship to Roxas, but if he still doesn't remember her, that is, like, a big oof, right? And Sora has seen Xion now before in Dream Drop Distance. He just doesn't know who she is or why, and, like, all of that stuff. Like, Roxas, Axel, and that girl, they laughed together, they cried together, like, all of that stuff that he says in Dream Drop Distance, right? So, if he, like, has an inkling of remembering Xion, and then Roxas doesn't, and then they all have to fight, like, damn, you know what I mean? And, like, Victor to the Heaven starts playing, like, that's everybody's, like, worst nightmare, I think, you know? Like, it's just everyone's gonna cry, right? Because here's the thing, a lot of people are, like, that bringing back Xion would minimize her sacrifice and her death. And I get that, but this would maximize the pain, in my eyes. Like, bringing her back maximizes the pain, because now she's brought back, she probably doesn't remember who she is, she's been Norted, and she is used like the lifeless puppet that she never wanted to be, and so that's sad for us. And then also, Sora or Roxas or whoever the fuck has to fight her, and we know, but they don't know, and that makes it worse for us, right? And so that's what I'm saying, is that it doesn't minimize her death, in fact, it maximizes our pain. That's what I'm basically saying with that. In terms of, I guess, other things, I guess Roxas could be, I don't want to say an hallucination, but you know how, like, Roxas and Naminé sort of projected themselves out of, like, Sora's bodies? Like, that may not be the real Roxas, because they couldn't figure out how to bring him back. Maybe that's a Roxas project. You know what I mean? Like, that Sora is seeing Roxas, and he's like, let's do this, bud, and then Sora's like, yeah, let's do it! You know what I mean? Because they're still attached to each other, and they couldn't figure out how to separate that shit. That could be an option. I think that they just figured out how to bring him back, though. Or at least I hope. I don't think that they did. I hope that they did. I don't know what they did, right? I don't know what I think. I don't know. I also could see it as, do you guys remember how when people saw Xion, like, people saw Xion, like, differently depending on who was looking at her? Like, what if, like, that's just from Lee's perspective and it's a fake out? Like, they couldn't figure out how to bring Roxas back, and then Xion comes down, but to Lee, to Axel, it looks like Roxas. To Sora, it looks like Xion, because he remembers and knows what she looks like from Dream Drop Distance. And so to everybody, it looks like a different person. Like, if Aqua, who is, I guess, not there, because she's not in the image, so that's interesting. Like, remember the image that I pulled up? Like, it doesn't seem like she's there, even though she's been something, right? Like, I guess, I mean, Xehanort has backup plans, like, that's, like, the whole thing. He doesn't actually have to use Aqua in the fight, either. Like, he can just make sure that the Light team can't use her. So that's, like, a whole other scenario, right? Or maybe Larxene and Marluxia did kick it again. I don't know, and that the taller woman in the cloak is actually Aqua. Like, that would be wild. No, I don't think that's what's happening exactly. And a lot of people think that Aqua's not actually Norted. Like, that's a whole other conversation. I don't want to go through that today, but that's an interesting question. So where's everyone else, right? I guess it doesn't really matter. Like, where's Aqua and like all that sort of stuff? Like, I guess Ventus just sort of combined with Vanitas if that's what happened. It's a big oof, guys. But yeah, so like if Aqua saw Xion, she would see Ven, because when Xigbar sees Xion, he sees Ven, like, all of that stuff, right? And so what if it's just, like, I don't want to say a trick, but what if it's, like, Lee looks and he's like, Roxas has been Norded, and Sora's like, that's impossible, they couldn't have brought back Roxas, and then, like, he turns around and he's like, wait a minute, that's that girl, and then Lee's like, what are you talking about? That's Roxas, and, like, it's a whole thing. So those are basically all the theories I have. I hope that you guys enjoyed. This was a fun video to make. Tell me your theories, because I don't know. Like, that's the thing. Like, with Ruby or with Miraculous, sometimes I'm so sure. Like, I'm so sure that Xion, I don't know about the Roxas stuff. And so, like, I like it when we come together and we theorize together. That's what I'm saying. So anyway, I hope that I will see you guys later. Hope that you guys enjoyed. And, yeah, you guys should become patrons if you guys want to support us. Subscribe. All of that stuff, I guess. Bye, guys. Thank you to our wonderful patrons over on Patreon for supporting the channel. Patrons get a bunch of different cool rewards ranging from access to VIP chats or getting video tickets, which can basically be used to request us to do videos, for example. We can advance early access or access to our Discord server. All of those are rewards that our patrons can get, and it's pretty cool. I do recommend it if you guys want to support the channel. We have so much fun talking on our Discord server about whatever it may be, whether that's Ruby or Kingdom Hearts or Miraculous Ladybug, right? And the early access helps you guys obviously get to see our videos before anybody else does, and so that's also pretty cool. The VIP chat is pretty exclusive. I can reply like a bit faster there. It's a bit more one-on-one. So if you guys are interested in any of those, I do suggest that you guys become patrons over on Patreon. The link is in the description, and thank you again for all of our patrons for helping us out. We'll see you guys later. Bye.